Welcome to this explainer. Okay, we literally just witnessed a massive paradigm shift in the digital asset space, a week where the foundational narrative of the entire industry just completely flipped on its head.
Now, you might be expecting a story about a massive overnight price rally, or maybe some flashy new token listing. But the reality, the biggest story is actually much more foundational, and honestly, way more exciting for the future of finance.
Because the biggest shift we saw this week was the entire industry pivoting away from just building hype and narratives toward building actual operational workflows. We're moving past asking, hey, can this exist, to demanding, can this operate with strict legal clarity?
All right, let's dive into Section 1, the Prove It era. We're seeing a massive reality check hitting tokenized real-world assets right now. And this perfectly captures the shift. We aren't just wondering if we can put an asset on a blockchain anymore. We're asking, what legal rights does that digital token actually grant you? The IMF issued a huge warning this week. Making finance faster is great, sure, but if those foundational legal rights aren't rock solid, like actual voting and dividends, rapid market shocks can become dangerously contagious.
To see how this problem is being solved right now, just look at what Ondo Finance is doing. They're tokenizing BlackRock ETFs and Micron shares. But here's the kicker. They aren't just slapping a ticker onto a token. They're using strict U.S. custodial models and bringing in traditional heavyweights like Broadridge to handle real shareholder proxy voting.
It's all about passing tokenization's real test. We're talking clear custody structures, verified voting rights, actual dividend distributions, and strict legal transfer rules. We actually just saw Securitized lean hard into this, listing its own common stock on the New York Stock Exchange while bringing it on-chain simultaneously. It's the exact same legal stock. No synthetics, no tricks. That is the new standard.
And this demand for structure is radically changing our next topic, Section 2, Rights and Bank Rails.
So, stablecoins are officially moving out of that isolated crypto exchange bubble. They're plugging straight into institutional banking infrastructure. They're no longer just tools for liquidity. They are literally becoming programmable settlement instruments for global money movement and institutional banking.
We are seeing global heavyweights validate this in real time. Standard Chartered just partnered with Circle to offer direct institutional USDC minting right through their banking operations. Meanwhile, over in Europe, Crédit Agricole launched EURXT. This is a euro stablecoin that is fully compliant with MiCA, Europe's strict new crypto rulebook, and it's used specifically for settling a tokenized money market fund.
Which brings us to how this builds into our next pillar, Section 3, Smart Markets and AI.
As platforms like Robinhood and Binance evolve into these massive everything markets, offering stocks, off-exchange settlement, and perpetuals all in one place, they absolutely must highlight product risks boldly. Because when these worlds blend together, knowing whether you hold a real share or just a synthetic derivative is the difference between safety and catastrophic risk.
And this exact need for strict control brings us to AI. We are finally, thankfully, moving past the pure speculative token hype, where people just slapped AI onto a white paper, and we're moving into actual operational utility for autonomous agents.
Take a look at this operational workflow. OKX just launched a marketplace where AI agents actually operate with serious guardrails. You establish identity, set strict spending limits and escrow rules, and then execute instant stablecoin payments. Robinhood is exploring similar agentic accounts. Let's face it, AI isn't going to be trusted just because it's smart. It'll be trusted because we have the escrow logic in place to stop it from accidentally buying a yacht with your money.
But honestly, all of this incredible tech infrastructure means absolutely nothing if the companies holding the capital aren't financially mature. Let's get into Section 4, Discipline Meets New Regulation.
MicroStrategy just proved what real corporate maturity looks like in this space. They backed their digital credit framework with a massive $2.55 billion, yes, with a B, dollar USD reserve to cover preferred dividends and interest. This completely changes the conversation around corporate digital asset holdings.
Because simply going online and saying, "We hold Bitcoin," is no longer enough. The markets are demanding real discipline to survive volatility. We're talking strict reserve coverage, defined liquidity buffers, transparent sale policies, and clear dividend obligations. Treasury conviction is easy to market, right? But Treasury discipline is much, much harder to prove.
And regulators are really stepping in to enforce this resilience layer. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority just laid out a very strict timeline. Intermediaries and custodians are going to have to prove their market integrity with applications opening in late 2026, well before mandatory compliance hits in October 2027.
So, between the UK's new rules and the massive EU crypto reset happening right now under MiCA, auditable resilience is basically becoming the ultimate trust layer for global digital finance.
Okay, to see how these principles actually look in practice, let's wrap up with Section 5, the KINGFINITY ecosystem.
Built on Solana, the KINGFINITY or KFX, tokenomics perfectly reflect this new prove-it era we've been talking about. Notice how they dedicate the absolute largest slice of the pie, 35%, directly to a robust Treasury framework, prioritizing long-term capital discipline from day one over pure speculation.
And check this out. To foster a community that's actually built on education and true ecosystem growth, they've allocated an impressive 25 million KFX for their new member airdrop.
But rather than just handing out tokens blindly to bots, they've structured this distribution into completely transparent reward tiers. It ensures that the capital actually flows to verified community builders and legendary supporters. It's a highly methodical approach.
So, what is the big takeaway from all of this? Basically, crypto is becoming infrastructure. The next phase of digital assets belongs to those who can combine high-speed tech with unshakable trust. We've officially moved from wild adoption phases to rigorous implementation.
As we watch this technology mature from pure hype into foundational global plumbing, I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder as the financial landscape shifts under our feet. As these everything markets continue to grow, can they actually stay user-friendly without blurring product risk? When your brokerage app offers you real stocks, tokenized ETF proxies, and AI-managed derivatives all on the exact same screen, will you know exactly what you own? Thank you so much for diving into this explainer with me. Stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.